I'm Brigham Larson with Brigham Larson Pianos. We just finished up this beautiful Steinway Model O, 1905. I think an O is 5'10" and a half, I believe, if I remember that correctly. And 1905, that's a very, very old piano, so almost 120 years old. And this client asked us to do a full restoration, and it was in rough shape. I can't remember if I did a before video. I'm pretty sure I did, but I remember it. It was very, very bad. When it came to us, the people that moved it at some previous date, they didn't know how to move a piano, and two of the three legs were snapped entirely, like just literally broken off, not cracked, but separated. And so I had to repair those legs. I can't remember which two, but those legs had to be entirely repaired and rebuilt. And we've got like 4 lag bolts going down and glue, of course, and then everything all polished and or cosmetically fixed. The soundboard had lots and lots of cracks. You can still see vestiges of those cracks, but that soundboard has now been beautifully repaired. And really the most important thing about restoring a soundboard is not the cosmetics, although, and that's actually something that I used to say, that it was strictly cosmetic. But as we've done more and more and more of these old pianos, I mean, we've done hundreds at this point, if not, we might even be over 1,000. I don't think so. I don't think it's strictly a cosmetic thing. I think what it is, and I don't think it's restoring the crown if you're aware of what crown is. But what I do think that it's restoring tension to the soundboard. I think that's the key. I don't know that it's quite possible to restore crown with shims. If there's a way, let me know. I would be very curious, very interested in how to restore crown. But restoring tension, that's very important, and this soundboard has it. In fact, let me show you something. It's hard to, since we have the strings on this, we just finished up restoring tension on this Yamaha C7 board, which the Yamaha C7, like most of Steinway's models, is a famous and well-beloved instrument. So you can see this Steinway C7, this is a Yamaha C7. What year? I think it's 1970s. So it had quite a few cracks in it. Oh, 68. So very, very old. Lots of cracks you can see that have been restored, and a big part of restoring tension is putting a lot of tension on that board from underneath while those shims are in place. Okay, so now I just thumped on this the other day. I've done videos of this, and it doesn't always come through on the mic very well, but I'm hoping this one does a little bit. It just sounds like a drum. I'm not sure if this mic that I'm holding is picking it up. You can hear the pitch kind of increase as I get up to the treble, and then it gets lower and boomier. And I can tell you, it did not sound like that. It sounded more like this. It's quite the difference. Which
one hasn't been fixed yet?
Yeah, this one has not been fixed yet. Obviously, it's very ugly. So that's the benefit of restoring tension on the board. And I do remember this board. Of course, this was probably, I don't know, 6 months ago or something that we started this project. But I do remember this soundboard specifically was really, really bad. I mean, the cracks, there weren't maybe as many cracks as there were on that C7. There are, I see, what, 1, 2, 3, maybe just 3, 4 cracks. But I do remember they were so severely cracked that it wasn't just a split like that, but they were actually at different heights, different levels like that, like that one that sounds terrible, that sounds like hitting drywall or something. That one also has those, that kind of, the splits are not only this direction, but also this direction. I can't remember in earthquakes. There's movement this way, and then there's movement this way. I can't remember what those are called from my middle school science class. But these on soundboards are more severe, and they make it sound terrible. And that this piano did have that, so all of that has been fixed, and tension is back to this board, and it sounds great. I'm going to play it for you in just a second. Anyway, enough about the board. Full restoration on this piano. You can see this beautiful paint job on the plate. I think that's a crucial component. I'm a big believer in making that plate look gorgeous. It doesn't matter one whit. I mean, we're going from one extreme to the other. The soundboard to the plate. The soundboard is, in my opinion, the probably the most crucial component in production of tone. With maybe the hammers and some other components that are secondary to the board. And then the plate is the only practical purpose, I should say, that it serves is it holds all tension, which is a significant practical purpose, but it has nothing to do with production of tone. I've heard people talk about, oh, this is bell metal or something like that. Has nothing to do with production of tone. It's all cosmetic, other than holding the tension. And I'm a real believer in doing that in a rebuild. Let's look at some plates just to give you kind of some, well, so like, we have a lot of plates right now that are waiting for I think we might have a dozen plates that are waiting for their paint job. This is pretty typical of what a plate looks like when it comes right out of the piano. The before, and then there we have an after. We've got a couple afters right here. So there's a Mason Hamlin. Mason Hamlin is another high-end piano that's Model A. Like the Steinway, it's just a well-loved, well-beloved brand of piano. And then here's some more befores. None of these have been done yet. They're waiting for their paint job. But of course, these are nowhere near as old as the piano in question, the 1905 that we're doing now. These are all, like this one is a 1960s Kawai. That one's a 1970s. That's actually another C7. It's a different C7 than the one I was just thumping on. So anyway, I think piano's got to look good too. And the plate is a crucial component to that. We've got new pins on there. We've got new, all of the action. I'm not going to take the action out. It's kind of a pain to do, but more than I want to do for simply making a video. But you can see all of the components are new in there. The dampers and the hammers and the shanks and the whip pins, they're all brand new. This client requested, as many clients do, I would say probably not quite 50%, but maybe, I don't know, 20%, 25%, something like that of our restoration clients request that we keep the ivory original. And so that's what we've done. And this piano is actually a really good candidate. There are some pianos where the ivory is in really, really poor condition and they still want to leave the ivory, and it sort of, I get it. I understand. This is the ivory that grandma touched. And so they want to leave it. But this piano, actually, the ivory was in really good condition as it was. So we cleaned it up. Got it a little bit of the discolor, a good amount, I would say, the discoloration out of there. All of the hardware is original. That is not replaced. That's replated and polished. Same with the casters. That's all looking good. And the hinges, those are all original, but polished up, looking good. And then the refinishing, I didn't dust the piano before making the video, but it's okay. It's just been in the shop since it was refinished. I think it's been in the shop for a week or two, so it's a little dusty. But you can kind of get a feel. You can get an idea. It looks really nice. Beautiful, beautiful piano. Did not look this good when it came in. Okay, let's listen. It has a very warm kind of Steinway tone. really, really nice tone. This customer, I think, is going to be. He hasn't seen it yet. He's actually out of state, um, and sometimes we actually welcome people from out of state. Actually, fairly frequently. I think just this month we've had maybe three. We've had one from Colorado, one from Chicago, and then another one from Iowa. Actually, clients that have come here. It's kind of fun with all this out of state restoration that we're doing. It almost kind of feels like we're becoming like a destination for people to come and kind of, it's like they one person said it feels like a pilgrimage, which is super flattering. So, but nonetheless, this out of state client has not seen it, but I'm very confident that he's going to be very, very pleased with this fine 1905 restoration Model O. Thanks for watching.